What if you could make a couple of simple dietary changes that 10x your productivity within the next 7 days? Studies have shown that an unhealthy diet is associated with lower productivity, while a healthy one can boost it. And while there are many things that can affect your focus and energy, one of the most important of all is your diet. And yet, when we think about ways to boost productivity and put an end to procrastination, food is never considered, when in reality, it should be the first thing on the menu. To be productive, you must eat for productivity. In surveying 60,000 people for my book Unstoppable, we compared people's dietary habits to their focus, ability to achieve their goals, and their moods. We found that 77% of peak performers ate healthily 90% of the time, while the bottom 5% who were struggling to achieve their goals had higher rates of depression, anxiety, procrastination, and stress, only ate well 14% of the time. To get ahead in ways you've never been able to before, you need a new strategy to combat the negative effects of today's world. This is where nutritional psychology can help people who have tried every self-help hack in the book, but still find themselves failing to get ahead. Nutritional psychology is the study of the interdependent relationship between what you eat and your psychological experiences. Food has a direct impact on emotional control, concentration, multitasking ability, and mood. Listen closely. If you want to get unstuck fast, it's critical that you do a 60-second mental health awareness check-in weekly to pinpoint what's holding you back. That's why I created the free Unstoppable quiz that over 70,000 people have taken to date on my website. It will give you specific personalized recommendations to help you make up for lost time, especially before the end of the year, which is only weeks away. But first, let's look at the top 2 ways food affects productivity, followed by a dietary protocol I recommend to anyone who needs to get ahead fast. The last part is the most important of all. The first is glucose. Drops and spikes in blood sugar are terrible for productivity. As you can imagine, a poor decision for breakfast and lunch can derail your entire day. Almost everything we eat is converted to glucose, which is the fuel your brain needs to stay alert. When glucose drops, your attention drifts. Few are also aware that food cravings can trigger your fight or flight response. This takes blood away from your prefrontal cortex, which controls executive functions like impulse control, emotional reactions, personality, focusing, organizing, and even complex planning. There are 2 issues here that you need to pay close attention to. The first, not eating at set times each day could be a major reason you become unfocused because your blood sugar drops too low. The second, you may be carb loading at lunch, which results in heightened glucose spikes followed by a sharp drop that leaves you tired and sluggish. The second major reason food affects productivity can be found within your gut. In a 2012 population health management study, they found that employees with an unhealthy diet were 66% more likely to experience a loss in productivity compared to those who ate whole grains, fruits, and vegetables as part of their daily diet. In the free quiz below, we ask you to determine if your energy levels are adequate because low levels have been linked to poor dietary choices and higher rates of procrastination. Fruits and vegetables contain certain nutrients needed in the production of dopamine, otherwise known as your motivation molecule. Symptoms of low dopamine include apathy, fatigue, and the worst one of all, feeling unmotivated and lazy. The diverse diet is also required to increase microbial diversity, which is a key and easy to apply piece in my flagship online program, Project Unstoppable, because it makes the biggest difference in the shortest amount of time to energy and focus. Scientists have even discovered certain species of gut bacteria produce dopamine. Healthy foods and a healthy gut microbiome are the foundational building blocks of a healthy brain, mood, and heightened levels of productivity. Focus on eating for neurotransmitters, and you'll not only be more productive, you'll have sharper and clearer thinking, which means you'll get more done in less time. This highlights an important point. If you're serious about achieving your goals before the end of the year, making intelligent food choices is a must. The question is, how do you optimize your diet to boost productivity and focus within a week? Take these 4 steps and pay close attention to the last one. The first, think back over the past week to see if you can uncover a pattern. Identify when your productivity drops. Is it mid-morning or mid-afternoon? What did you eat beforehand? Once you've done this, ensure that you have healthy snacks like almonds or a banana on hand for when it does. And it's not just to even out your glucose levels. Both almonds and bananas contain the amino acid L-tyrosine. Tyrosine is the precursor of the catecholamines that get converted to dopamine, which will boost your motivation. Second, stop eating at 8 p.m. at the latest. A study conducted in 2021 by the Journal of Applied Psychology found that unhealthy nighttime eating choices result in less productivity the following day. And here's where it gets really interesting. Eating before bed releases insulin, a hormone that your body uses for energy. This process can shift your circadian rhythm and signals wakefulness to the brain, thereby interfering with your ability to fall asleep. The third step is to avoid heavy carb meals at lunch. Opt for healthy alternatives that help to regulate blood sugar, such as avocados. But the most important step of all is to work out what works for you. This is the basis of everything I teach. While there are a myriad of dietary choices out there, you need to tune into your body and brain's response to the foods that you consume. We get our members to keep track of their energy, focus, and emotions in a simple daily journal so they can see the relationship between food and focus. For example, if you eat a food that you're sensitive to, this can cause inflammation, which results in brain fog and low mood. It's important that you understand which foods fuel your focus or dull it. We each respond to different foods differently. This is where bio-individuality comes into play. If you find that you eat something and experience fatigue or brain fog afterwards, whether it's classified as healthy or not, avoid it. You may be having a negative reaction due to food sensitivities that may be the result of a lack of microbial diversity. Put simply, you don't have the microbes to break the food down. The bottom line is this. Your diet has very real implications for how productive you are. But before you do anything else, take the free quiz below to see if you're unstoppable and join 70,000 others who've realized that outdated time management hacks don't stand up to the pressure of the modern world. It will give you instant clarity on what areas will have the biggest impact on your ability to reach your goals just in time for the new year.